I read. Let's get it poppin', baby. Let's see what we got going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs of love, man. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, or my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out to my notification gang. Hopefully my notification gang pulls through. Hey yo, happy Monday, everybody. How you guys doing? I hope you had yourselves a fantastic weekend. And as always, the first sign I see is the first sign I read, and the first sign I saw was Cancer. So let's go ahead and get it cracking, man. How you guys doing, baby? I hope you guys are well. Starting off with Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here for Team Cancer, please? Hey, Julia, messages for Team Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? All right, Team Cancer, let's get ourselves one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got, baby. Hopefully all is well. Cancer. Overall energy for you guys here showing up as the Tower. Okay, let's take a look at what this is about. You could be connecting with the Scorpio for a few of you. Taking a look at your current energy, we got here the Eight of Cups. Taking a look at what you're dealing with, we got the Six of Swords. And then the outcome that's present is going to be the Ten of Cups. So, as far as what I'm seeing for Cancerians in the next 24 hours, the Tower here to the Eight of Cups upright. It definitely seems like you're avoiding something, guys. Not sure necessarily what it is. Could be about avoiding a conversation, avoiding a person, avoiding wanting to go into work. In the next 24 hours, it might be one of those days where it's just like, I need a day off, or I want to avoid my boss because my boss has been crazy. Who knows? But that's kind of the vibes that I'm picking up on here. I mean, taking a look at what you're dealing with the Six of Swords. Cancer, you're avoiding something because you have a different direction that you want to be in. So whether you're avoiding a conversation, a person, your boss, your job, whatever it may be, I feel like you have your eyes completely focused on something else. Looking at the outcome that's present, you got here the Ten of Cups, which is relatively good news. The Ten of Cups is basically you're moving into a direction of self-fulfillment. You're ignoring something that's definitely not fulfilling so that you can be in your happy place, Cancer. So coming into the next 24 hours, it could be as simple as avoiding somebody who just has bad energy and hanging out with the people you love and care about. This could be about avoiding a specific situation so that you can be extra comfortable tomorrow, or this could be about saying, hey, I'm playing hooky at work and I'm going to go hang out with my family and have myself a fantastic time. I can allow myself to take one personal day because I've been working so hard. So overall here, Cancer, I definitely feel like you're avoiding something in order for you to go to your happy place, whatever that necessarily means to you. Could be about avoiding a friend in order to hang out with some other friends. It could be about avoiding somebody who's been really negative lately to hang out with people who are more positive. Ultimately though, Cancer, you are avoiding someone to do something else, and especially whatever the other thing it is that you're doing is more fulfilling to you. All right, Cancer, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we started out with the water signs for today. Let's go ahead and do water, fire, air, earth. Go into the fire. Let's have a look here at the Leo gang. What's cracking, baby? Messages for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on here for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Leo, let's get ourselves one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got, baby. Hopefully all is well. What do we got going on for the Lion gang? Leo, overall energy for you is going to be the Page of Wands. You could be connecting with a fire sign, Aries, Sag, or Leo. Looking at your current energy, we got here the Seven of Cups. Looking at what you're dealing with, you got here the Three of Wands in the reverse, and then looking at your outcome, we do have here the Seven of Swords. So let's go ahead and talk about that one, okay? Page of Wands here to the Seven of Cups. Coming into your next 24 hours, I do feel a little bit of confusion, but I feel like the Page of Swords is saying, fuck it, I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow. Or sorry, not Page of Swords, Page of Wands. So Leo, it kind of looks to me like whether you're emotionally confused or whether you're kind of confused in general, you're in a position tomorrow where you're kind of going with the flow. It's like, I'm seeing where my life takes me. Now, if we're talking about your dating life, you're seeing where your dating life takes you. You're not settling down. You're not allowing yourself to limit your options. You're kind of just seeing what comes along. Now, if you're not talking about your dating life and you're talking about feeling kind of emotionally confused about a certain situation, I feel like you're just not trying to let it get to you. Taking a look at what you're dealing with right now, Leo, is you're dealing with the Three of Wands in reverse. I feel like you're feeling pressured right now to make a decision by somebody. Maybe you're dealing with somebody in love and they're kind of pressuring you to make a decision on whether or not to be with them, or not to be with them. And that can be really difficult too, trying to put that type of energy onto somebody, especially if you don't know if that somebody is the somebody you want. Nonetheless, though, looking at the outcome that's present, Seven of Swords, like I mentioned previously, I feel like the Seven of Swords is just representing the feeling of being pressured. So Leos, you might be feeling pressured to date a certain person if they're trying to get into a relationship with you, or if they're trying to take you out. You might feel pressured if somebody's trying to steer you off into a certain direction in your life. Maybe your parents are pressuring you, maybe your friends are pressuring you to do something you don't really know that you want to do just yet. Ultimately, guys, my best advice to you is that don't give in to the peer pressure that anybody's going to give you. If you don't feel like what you want to do right now is the right thing for you to do, or if you feel like you have no idea what it is you want to do, continue to go with the flow and figure out what's right for you. Never let somebody else make a decision for your life and wherever you want your life to go, whether that's in love, it's in dating, in your work, in your personal life. Whatever you feel is right, it'll reveal itself when the time is right. If you're in a period of time where you don't know what you want to do next in your life, be in a flow state, experience shit, figure it all out. Don't let other people guide you to where you need to go. Guide yourself, okay? So with that all being said here, Leo, I think that's going to be my best advice for those of you dealing with this situation. Whether you're emotionally confused right now, whether you're physically confused, you're kind of just like, I don't know where my life is going to go. Everybody feels this way from time to time. Go with the flow, figure it out, experience some shit. But most importantly, don't let other people direct your life, because you're the one who leads your life where it needs to go. All right, Leo, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Okay, so we did our water, we did our fire, going on to the air sign. Let's have a look here at the Libra gang. What's going on, baby? Messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What messages do we got coming up here for Team Libra, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. By the way, for the 111 peeps in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, Team Libra, let's go ahead and get one more shuffle over here, and we'll see what we got. Hopefully, all is well. What's going on for the Libra gang? Libra, overall energy for you is going to be the Four of Cups in the reverse. You might be connecting with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Looking at your current energy, we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got the Four of Wands in reverse. And then looking at your outcome, we have here the Devil. So as far as what I'm seeing for Libras in the next 24 hours, you might be dealing with a Capricorn for a few of you, but Four of Cups reversed to the Queen of Pentacles reversed. I think that you're kind of making a decision here to kind of turn down something. I mean, what you're turning down here is basically the energy you're investing into a situation. It looks like you're moving on from giving somebody your energy, giving somebody your time of day type of thing. So Libras, you're not giving somebody the time of day anymore in the next 24 hours is what I'm seeing. I mean, taking a look at what you're dealing with the Four of Wands reversed. This is you feeling like there is instability in a relationship. Maybe you feel like there's nothing there anymore. Maybe you feel like there's nothing there anymore in a friendship. Maybe you feel like there's nothing there anymore in a marriage, a romantic relationship. Maybe you don't feel like there's anything left for you at your job. It's kind of just this feeling of emptiness is what I'm picking up on for you, Libra. Like there isn't this fulfillment anymore. Instead, there's a lack of fulfillment somewhere in your life, and you just don't really feel like it's worth your energy investment anymore. I mean, looking at the outcome that's present, the Devil, the last thing you want to do is be trapped in something or trapped somewhere you don't necessarily want to be. So whether you're talking about feeling trapped in a relationship, trapped at a job, so on and so forth, the last thing you want to do is feel stuck somewhere that you do not want to be, Libra. So ultimately, you're making an executive decision in the next 24 hours to kind of cut something off. Four of Cups reversed is like, okay, I'm out, on to new beginnings, on to new things. I got to find what's fulfilling to me because this isn't it for me anymore, okay? So that's what I'm feeling here for you, Libra. It's going to be out with the old and in with the new for you. I think that something just doesn't really feel right for you anymore, whether it's a friendship or anything else, and you're kind of done giving your energy to it. All right, Libra, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our air, going on to the earth sign now. Let's have a look here at the Capricorn. What's going on, baby? Messages for Team Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got coming up here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Capricorn, let's get ourselves one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on, man. Hopefully all is well. What do we got for the Capricorn gang? Cappy, overall energy for you is going to be the Nine of Wands. So you could be connecting with a fire sign for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, we got here the Ace of Wands. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And then looking at your outcome, we have here the Four of Cups in reverse. So Capricorn, let's have a look at this one. Nine of Wands here, Ace of Wands. You're like holding back, I think. It's kind of like you're pulling yourself back from having some sort of new beginning. Not necessarily sure why, but that's what I'm feeling here. So you're holding yourself back from something new. Maybe you're holding yourself back from a new project, a new job, a new relationship. Whatever the case may be, though, there is this energy of holding yourself back. Taking a look at what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. It's this feeling, Capricorn, of why try to do something if I already don't think I'm going to be able to do it? Why try if I already think I'm going to fail? It's that energy of kind of the feel of failure, but also why bother trying if I'm probably going to fail anyways? Now, when we get caught up in these types of emotions, when we get caught up in this type of fear, it makes it so totally hard to even give something a shot if we inevitably already think we're going to fail. But at the end of the day, failure is not something that we have to continuously look at as a negative or bad thing. Remember that failure, and I hate using the word failure, think of mistakes, for example. You learn from mistakes. Same thing applies when you use the term failure. You learn from your failure. You improve. You know how to do things better. You learn how to do things better, right? So as far as I'm seeing here for you, Capricorn, you're afraid to try something due out of the fear of failure. Why not say fuck it and try anyways? Because even if you don't succeed, you can learn what it is you did wrong and improve for next time. Taking a look at the outcome that's present, Four of Cups reversed, Cappy, I'm picking up on the energy here that you're like giving up before you even give it a shot. So whether you're giving up on love before you give it a shot, your job before you give it a shot, a dream of yours before you give it a shot, it's giving up before you give it a chance. Take a chance on something here, Capricorn, and guess what? Even if you do not succeed, get back up, learn what it is you did wrong, and continue to improve. I was nowhere near this amazing tarot reader as I am now, and I guess I don't even know if I could call myself the most amazing tarot reader. I'm definitely not, but I can consider myself a good tarot reader, but that's besides the point. I did not get to where I was immediately in the beginning. I had to go through mistakes. I had to learn things that I didn't know before. And I'm still constantly learning about this job that I do more and more each and every single day. So with that all being said, Capricorns, no matter how scary it seems to fail, anytime you fail, you're gonna learn from it. I failed tons of times, and I actually advocate to fail because the more that you fail, the more that you learn, the more that you grow, and the better it is you get at what it is you're trying to do. So Capricorns, don't let the feeling of failure hold you back. Let yourself go for it, all right? All right, Capricorn, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So, we finished up our first batch of signs, going back onto the second batch of signs. Let's see what we got coming in here for the Pisces gang. What's cracking, baby? Messages for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got coming up here for Team Pisces, please? Messages for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Pisces, let's see what we got going on for you, beautiful people. Hopefully all is well. Pisces, overall energy for you is showing up as the Page of Cups in the reverse. You might be connecting with a water sign for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, we got here the Lovers in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got the Eight of Swords in reverse. And then looking at your outcome, we got here the Fool in reverse. So, as far as what I'm seeing for Pisces here, you could be dealing with a Gemini or possibly an Aries. Now, Page of Cups reverse to the Lovers in reverse. You're not really giving your energy, your love, your affection to a situation anymore. I mean, the Lovers in reverse can talk about unrequited love. It also can talk about just the feeling of unattraction in general. So Pisces, whether we're talking about love or whether we're talking about just feeling no longer attracted to something like a job, maybe a job's become less desirable for you, maybe a friendship's less desirable now to be involved in, whatever it may be, I just think you're falling out of resonance with something, Pisces. So taking a look at what you're dealing with, Eight of Swords reversed, it's like I don't even need to think about it anymore. I kind of just came to this realization. I'm just not into something anymore. Maybe you're not into your job anymore. Maybe you're not into your boyfriend anymore. Maybe you're not into your friends anymore. Maybe you're not into your hobbies anymore. Something just doesn't really feel like it's in alignment with you. So looking at the outcome that's present, the Fool in reverse, you're not going to continue on with it. Fool in reverse basically says, I'm okay. I think I'm going to stop right here, what it is I'm doing, and put myself in a different direction. So Pisces, if you feel unattracted to something, Maybe it's a job, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it is a friendship, whatever it may be. If you just don't feel in resonance with something anymore, you're not going to keep doing something that you're not enjoying. You're just going to simply say, all right, let me put my attention and shift my focus to something else that may be fulfilling to me. So that's what I got here for you guys. I just feel like something's falling out of alignment with you, but do remember, anytime that things fall out of alignment with us, that means that something new is aligning in. So this is an energy where if something walks out, something new is going to come through that door, okay? All right, Pisces, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So, by the way, keep in mind, Pisces too, doesn't have to be about a relationship, so don't freak out for those of you that are in good relationships. It could be as simple as, you know what? I don't like this hobby that I'm doing anymore. I want to try a completely new hobby. It could be as simple as that, okay? By the way, thank you also for the $15 donation all the way from V. Hopefully I say your name correctly, V. Raveles, hopefully I said that correct. Thank you so much for the 15. Really, really appreciate it. I can be super bad with names sometimes, so if I fucked up, I'm sorry, but thank you so much for that donation. Thank you so much, okay? All right, guys, so we did our water. Going on to the fire. Let's have a look here at the Sagittarian gang. What's going on, baby? Messages for Team Saggy. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Saggy, let's get one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got. Hopefully all is well. Sagittarian, overall energy for you is going to be the 5 of Wands. So you might be dealing with a fire sign in Aries, Sag, or Leo. Taking a look at your current energy, we got here the 5 of Swords. Taking a look at what you're dealing with, we got the 2 of Swords, and then looking at your outcome, we got here the Queen of Swords. So Sagittarius, coming into the next 24 hours for you guys, 5 of Wands to the 5 of Swords. Both of those cards could be deemed argument cards, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. I mean, Sag, just for the record, if you do end up being in an argument in the next 24 hours, you kind of look like you're winning. So, I mean, maybe that's a positive to talk about. Ultimately, if you guys end up getting in some sort of argument or kerfuffle, you look like you're the one winning. So at least you can take your wins where you get them. But if that's not the case here, 5 of Wands here to the 5 of Swords, it's kind of this energy where there's a lot of resistance happening. There's a lot of disagreement. There's a lot of not being on the same plane of resonance is what I'm feeling for you. Taking a look at what you're dealing with the 2 of Swords. I feel like you and somebody can't get on the same page. No matter how hard you try, it's too difficult to get on the same page. Whether we're talking about your partner, your best friend, your family, it's like, when can we get to a common middle ground? When can we get to a place of resonance? I just feel like I can't get on the same page as somebody, and they can't get on the same page as me. Looking at the outcome that's present, Queen of Swords, I think a lot of you Sagittarians are kind of coming to this realization and conclusion that if I can't resonate with somebody and they can't resonate with me, then why continue to keep it trying? It's almost like putting 2 magnets that oppose each other together. You're forcing something that isn't effortlessly working. So Sag, if you've been noticing in your relationships, or if you've been noticing within your work life, so on and so forth, that something is being forced, and no matter how hard you try to make it connect, it's just not working. You guys are saying, screw it, I might as well not keep trying to force something that should already have a natural flow. So Sagittarian, coming into your next 24 hours, if you're realizing that there's just too much disagreement, too much, confusion, it just doesn't make sense, it doesn't feel effortless, it doesn't feel like it flows, whether you're talking about a relationship, your job, your personal life, so on and so forth, I think you're coming to a decision of, screw this, if we just don't resonate, we just don't resonate, let's accept it, leave it at that, and go our separate ways, okay? So yeah, you can't push the polarizing sides of magnets together, it's just not gonna feel effortless, it's gonna feel forced, and you don't want something to feel forced if it doesn't already feel natural as it should, So that's what I got here for you guys, okay? All right, Saggy, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our water and our fire. Going on to the air sign, let's have a look here at the Aquarian gang. What's cracking, baby? Messages for Team Aqua. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on for Team Aquarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. By the way, for the 172 peeps in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and get this last shuffle, and we'll see what we got here, baby. Hopefully all is well. Aquarius, overall energy for you is going to be the World card. You could be connecting with a fixed sign, an Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, or a Leo. Looking at your current energy, we got the not the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, you got the King of Wands, and then looking at the outcome, we have here the Four of Swords. So, Aquarius, World card here to the Five of Cups in reverse. It's definitely talking about the ending of a cycle. I think you moved on from something for sure. Something doesn't bother you anymore. You let it go. Taking a look at what you're dealing with the King of Wands. I think, Aquarius, it's a weird feeling sometimes moving on or letting go or ending cycles, because sometimes it feels like you're in this limbo of, well, what's going to come next? Because I really don't know. You know, it's like, well, what comes next or what will come next? I'm not too sure. I think you guys kind of got this feeling of being in limbo. I don't know where the next part of my life is supposed to go or where this situation will continue to go. So it looks to me like you moved on from something. Maybe you moved on from a partner. Maybe you moved on from a job. Maybe you moved on from something that happened between you and somebody else. And now you're kind of in this energy of just waiting, what comes next? Because the thing about the King of Wands is that even though the King of Wands can be a card that represents action, the King is sitting down. He's not standing up and doing what he's supposed to. This guy's sitting in the chair relaxing, sitting in the throne relaxing, okay? So I feel like you're feeling in limbo a little bit. Looking at the outcome that's present, Four of Swords, you're taking some time out right now to kind of rest and really figure out what your next move will be. Let me tell you guys something. If you don't know what comes next, that's the exciting part about life. Anything can literally come next. You'll never know. I didn't know this was going to come next. I was stocking shelves and unloading trucks, and the next thing I knew, I was on YouTube, living out my dream, okay? So with all that being said, guys, you never know what can happen. Something fucking fantastic can show up in the next 24 hours, and you can be in the most amazing place ever. So live life not always having to know the next step. I know people love to be organized, and especially me, I love to be organized too, but sometimes you gotta let the flow take you where you need to go. Think of it this way. If you were on a river that was floating down, would you be able to fight it? Sure, you can swim up the river and fight it and struggle and deal with all that shit and have yourself a crazy time and then get tired. Or you can actually let yourself just float down the fucking river. Because at the end of the day, the river's got to stop somewhere, right? The river's got to end up somewhere, right? Think of that as your life. It's going to end up somewhere. And who knows, maybe what's down that river was really the next place you were supposed to go to. So Aquarius, if you're feeling in this limbo, purgatory-ish state right now, I don't really know what comes next, don't try too hard to figure it out. Naturally, shit will align with you, all right? All right, Aqua, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our air going on to the earth sign. Now let's have a look here at the Taurus gang. What's going on for the bull gang, baby? Messages for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on here for Team Taurus, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours. All right, my beautiful bull gang, let's go ahead and get ourselves one final shuffle, and then we'll see what we got, baby. Hopefully all is well. What do we got going on for the Taurus gang? Taurus, overall energy for you is going to be the Two of Wands. You might be connecting with a fire sign for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, we got here the Strength. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got here the Emperor. And then looking at the outcome, we got here the Hangman. So you might be dealing with a Leo, a Pisces, or possibly an Aries. But Taurus, Two of Wands here to the Strength card. It's almost like, I don't want to say picking and choosing when you feel like you have to be strong, but it's this energy of like, for some people, you know you can be vulnerable with them, but for others, you feel like you can't. And it sucks, is what I'm picking up on, Taurus. For example, maybe you feel like you can be vulnerable with your partner, right? If you're married, right? Maybe you feel like you can be vulnerable with your husband, but around your mother, you feel like you can't. Maybe you feel like you can be vulnerable around your best friend, but when it comes towards your boss, you can't. It's this energy of like, sometimes I have to present myself a certain type of way, and other times I can be open, transparent, and vulnerable, and it sucks that I have to feel this way. Taking a look at what you're dealing with the Emperor, you know? It's kind of this energy of like, I can't show people that I'm weak, or I can't show certain people how I truly am or what it is I'm truly going through, because if I do that, then things tend to fall apart. Looking at the outcome that's present, though, we got here the Hangman. Taurus, sometimes it's okay to not really be all put together, even for the people that expect you to be, because you know what? For the people that expect you to be put together 24/7, what do they think you are? A fucking robot? We're human, man. And I think we gotta own our humanity more and more, because at the end of the day, guys, you can't be nothing else than what you are. We are human. And of course, we're all spiritual beings having a human experience, but that doesn't mean that we don't have any humanity. It doesn't mean that we don't get upset, we don't cry, we don't scream, we don't yell, we don't fight. We have emotions, and emotions are meant to be catered to. They're not meant to be dismissed. So with that being said, Taurus, you do have certain situations and outlets in your life where you feel like you can be vulnerable, but around other people, you feel like you can't. And I think that that honestly puts you in a period where you feel pretty sad that you can. Like I said, for example, maybe you are feeling like you can be vulnerable around your husband, but not around your mom. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Don't show up put together when you're talking to your mom. Don't show up like you are this super strong person when you got a lot of stuff going on. The more that you own your vulnerability, actually, that shows the stronger of the person that you are, because there is so much strength in vulnerability and people never see it. So my best advice for you is that the only person hiding that vulnerability is going to be you, Taurus, and it's a choice, and you can also choose not to do that too. No matter how you've been conditioned, whether your childhood conditioned you this way, or whether you've just been conditioned over the years, like you've had a mom that tells you, like, I don't want to hear about your problems, so on and so forth, right? No matter what way you've been conditioned, do not feel like you have to put up a front when you're not feeling the best. Do not feel like you have to have all your pieces glued together when they're shattering apart. Remember your humanity, and instead, I urge you to embrace your humanity, because nobody can always be put together, and it's okay to feel a little bit broken, because at the end of the day, no matter how broken something is, it can always be fucking fixed. All right, Taurus? You got this, guys. Really tap into that vulnerability, all right? Don't feel like you got to put on a front, okay? All right, baby. By the way, thank you so much for the $20 all the way from Gragon Dragon. Really appreciate that. Or wait, hold on. Gragon Dragon. There you go. I saw a dragon. That's my dyslexia over here. Happy housewarming. Thanks for sharing your beautiful energy. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. And more than happy to, guys. More than happy to bring the best vibes that I can anytime that I'm on here. Thank you all so much for your love in return. It really, really means a lot, okay? All right, guys. So we finished up our second batch of signs, going back on to the third and final batch. Let's have a look here at the Scorpio. What do we got, baby? Messages for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. By the way, Callie Ritchie, thank you for the 149. Appreciate that so much, my love. What do we got going on here for Team Scorpio, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Scorpio. You guys came through quick. Let's see what we got, baby. Hopefully all is well. Scorpio, overall energy for you is going to be the Devil in reverse. You could be connecting with a Capricorn for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, we got here the King of Cups in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got here the High Priestess. And then looking at your outcome, we got here the Four of Pentacles, almost at the Cups, but Four of Pentacles, okay? You might be dealing with a Pisces or possibly a Capricorn. Now, looking at this situation, Scorpio, the Devil in reverse to the King of Cups in reverse. I think on an emotional level, you don't necessarily feel super duper grounded. You kind of feel like it's hard right now to put your emotions together because they kind of feel scattered. Your energy kind of feels scattered right now, Scorpio. I mean, taking a look at what you're dealing with the High Priestess. There's a lot you've been holding in, and I think that your body is honestly begging you for a massive release. That's why you feel so scattered. It's hard to be so organized on an emotional level when everything's all over the place and when everything's all bottled up inside. Looking at the outcome that's present, Four of Pentacles, this is kind of like a literal direct representation of bottling up your feelings and emotions. If you see this guy, he's holding on to that one pentacle for dear life. He's not letting it go. And in a way, that can kind of be symbolic towards your feelings and your emotions. You're holding in everything you're going through, but there hasn't been a release. So coming into your next 24 hours for Scorpios, I think it is time to let go of what you've been holding on to and actually let yourself express how you've been feeling. Let it out, guys, is what I'm hearing for you. I mean, taking a look at the first card we had, which is the overall energy, that's the Devil in reverse. The Devil in reverse means to let go okay, of all the negative energy you've been holding in. King of Cups reverse. My emotions are all over the place right now. That's okay. Just like I told the Taurus right before I did your sign, Scorpio, I told them that it's okay to not always feel put together. You are totally allowed to feel like you've come apart because we are fucking human. So looking at this energy for you, Scorpio, whatever you've been bottling up, let that shit go. Let it out, baby. The more that you put your feelings out there, the better you'll actually feel. I always use this representation, but go back to your childhood for a second. What usually happened when you fell and you scraped your knee, right? All right, fuck, that shit hurt. I scraped my knee. You start crying. What happens after you cry? Don't you usually just feel better? You're like, okay, you know what? I'm fine. It was a scrape. That shit hurt. I cried. I'm good. You let yourself feel that feeling. And once you felt that, your body knew exactly how to process it and exactly how to let it go. That's the same thing with anything we're feeling on the inside that's non-physical. If we're sad and we let ourselves feel what's making us sad, our body knows how to process that shit and let it go. Your body naturally knows how to let go of negative feelings and vibrations. It is a very natural thing for your body to let all that go, but the first thing you must do is actually feel them. All right, Scorpio? So don't bottle shit inside, all right? Go break the bottle, open it up, let all that shit come out, and you'll be okay. It might be a little overwhelming at first, but you'll be okay, all right? All right, baby. So we finished up all the water. Going on to our fire. What do we got going on here for Aries, baby? Messages for Team Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on here for Team Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aries, let's get ourselves one more shuffle, guys, and we'll see what's up. Hopefully all is well. By the way, for the 236 peeps in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Damn, I have not seen this many people up in dailies, man. I used to be getting like 500 people that came in here every day. I'm glad to see that number coming up again, man. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I have not seen like this many people in a while, so thank you guys. Actually, that really made my day, so I appreciate you all tuning into the show. All right, messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aries, let's see what's going on, baby. Overall energy for you is showing up as the Two of Pentacles. You could be connecting with a Earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taking a look at your current energy, we got here the Death card. Taking a look at what you're dealing with, you got the Five of Wands. And then looking at your outcome here, we got here the World card. So, with this energy showing up for you, Aries, Two of Pentacles to the Death. The Death is a scorpionic energy, so it's about change and transformation. I think you want change happening in your life, but you're not directly sure how to go about it. Sometimes it's difficult when it comes towards change, because you want to make sure the change that you're committing to is actually really what you want. So I think you're figuring shit out right now, Aries. I mean, taking a look at what you're dealing with, Five of Wands, internal battle, internal conflict. Is this change going to be right for me? Is this change wrong for me? I just think there's a lot of worries and fears right now of your environment shifting and changing. Now, depending on what change we're talking about, we could be talking about a change in your work situation. You could be leaving one job to go to another. This could be about leaving one apartment to go to a house. This could be about moving in with a partner. That's a big change. It's a lot different than being and living on your own. Whatever these changes may be happening in your life, there's pros to it, but there's cons to it as well. So I think that you're a little worried if the cons are going to outweigh the pros, but you're never going to know until you say, fuck it, let me try it. Looking at the outcome that's present, we got here the World card. The change that you're going to embrace here, Aries, is going to inevitably embark you on a new journey and lead you to a new beginning in your life. You won't know how that change pans out. You won't know if the pros outweigh the cons or the cons outweigh the pros if you don't just say fuck it and embrace that change. Listen, Aries, if you weren't ready for a change, you wouldn't be considering it in the first place, right? So say fuck it and go for it. Whatever change you're thinking about occurring in your life, give it a go. And if you don't like it, don't commit to it. And if you do like it, say fuck it and commit to it, right? So I would say don't worry too much about the pros outweighing the cons or the cons outweighing the pros. You gotta go experience shit in order to figure out if it's right for you, okay? All right, Aries, give it a shot, man. See what happens. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we got all the fire signs done, all the water signs done. Going to the air sign now. Let's have a look here at Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here for Team Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Geminis, let's grab ourselves one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got, baby. Hopefully all is well. Hopefully all is well. All right, Gemini, overall energy for you is going to be a 10 of Wands. You could be connecting with a fire sign, an Aries, Sag, or Leo. Looking at your current energy, we got the 6 of Swords. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got here the 5 of Wands. And then looking at your outcome, we got here the 5 of Pentacles. Sheesh. Well, I guess that's why I said hope all is well 2 times in a row for you, Gemini, because my spirit guides needed to prepare me for this reading. Looking at the energy so far, right? Overall energy, 10 of Wands, current energy, 6 of Swords. You're trying to move past some burdens here, but it's really hard to move past burdens when you have things that continuously remind you about the burdens in the first place. For example, Gemini, let's say your ex really put you in a dark period, or you have an ex in your life who really hurts you. Well, it's kind of hard to escape all that pain if you see your ex on a daily basis, or if you see your ex all the time. I kind of feel this energy of like, there's reminders of my burdens all around me. You know what it seems like you need? You need a purge fest. For example, if your ex is still in your life in this day of age, in this present moment, and you want to move on from your ex, don't hang out with them no more. Don't talk to them anymore. Don't text them anymore. Block their number. Isolate yourself from them, right? If you are missing your ex, but their photos are still all over your phone, maybe it's time to purge and cleanse those photos. Go ahead and delete them and let them all go. This is the energy I'm feeling of. I have a lot of burdens, but so much keeps reminding me of it. It's time to cleanse and purge those reminders. Because once you do that, 5 of Pentacles being the outcome, you're going to be able to detach from it. You're going to be able to isolate from it, right? And essentially what you want to do is isolate yourself from your burdens. So if you have consistent reminders always around you, maybe it's time to purge it and let it go. Okay, Gemini? That's my best advice for you guys. I remember, because I'm a Cancer, right? I'm very sentimental as fuck. So I remember when I went through a big breakup before, you know, I got into my previous relationship with my current partner. I remember going through this big breakup. I was like, oh my God, I can't delete these photos because I miss her so much and blah, 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 blah. I want to be with her. And then I was like, wait a second. I'm never going to fucking move on if I'm constantly just sobbing and being upset and constantly looking at all these old photos. Like, it makes no sense for me to be able to move on and do that. So I looked at every photo on my phone. I went through every single thing that I saved, and I fucking tap, 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 hit the delete all button. And then on the iPhone, it sometimes sends you to a page of like, are you sure you want to delete this? And I said, yeah, I'm sure. And I fucking deleted it. And guess what? That actually helped me move on even faster because I didn't have those reminders around me. All right. So Gemini, try to let yourself remove the reminders of the things that kind of consistently burden you, and in due time you'll continue to heal. But definitely don't leave reminders around because it makes it a lot harder to let go, you know? All right, Gemini, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did the air, we did the water, we did the fire. Last but not least, let's have a look here at my Virgo peeps. What's cracking, baby? Messages for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on here for Team Virgo, please? Ooh, that was a bad shuffle. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. By the way, for the 203 peeps in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. All right, Team Virgo, we're going to get ourselves one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got. Hopefully all is well. Virgo, overall energy for you is showing up as the Judgment. You might be connecting with a Scorpio for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, we got here the Justice in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got the Ace of Wands in reverse. And then looking at the outcome that's present, Virgo, we got here the 7 of Wands in the reverse. So, taking a look at this energy so far, the Judgment here to the Justice in reverse. Coming into the next 24 hours, I kind of feel like because the Judgment here, it can represent a second chance, but it can also represent a judgment call, in my opinion. I feel like you're making a judgment call here in the sense of you're realizing things are a little unbalanced right now. You know, the Justice in reverse can symbolize not feeling the most balanced, instead feeling the opposite of that, which is unbalanced. So you're feeling unbalanced in your life and you're becoming aware of it, Virgo. Taking a look at what you're dealing with the Ace of Wands reversed. You feel like you are missing your spark right now. And maybe that's what's creating a lot of unbalanced energy in your life. Feeling like a spark is missing, whether it's a spark of passion, the spark of motivation, the spark of love. There's something here missing and you're really starting to be aware of it. Looking at the outcome that's present, 7 of Wands in reverse. I can no longer fight this feeling. There is this feeling that something's missing, and I need to figure out what it is that's actually missing. Now, let me tell you something, Virgo. Usually when people feel like something's missing, the first thing that they do is they try to find something to fill the void, of that missing piece. Don't rush out there and try to find something to temporarily fill the void. Really come to the conclusion of what it is that's actually missing. If you feel like love is missing in your life, recognize, is it really missing in my life, or do I miss feeling romantic love with another person? Because love is always in everybody's life. You got love from your family, love from your friends, love from your job. Love is always there. But what kind of love are you missing out on? Are you missing out on romantic love? If that's the case, okay, then you can become aware of that. If you feel like what's missing is fulfillment, maybe you don't feel like you're enjoying any sort of hobbies anymore, and you come to the realization about that, try to put more time aside to do hobbies that you love, to do hobbies that you enjoy. Overall though, Virgo, if you are feeling like something is missing, the first thing that you should do is identify exactly what it is that is missing. And once you do find that missing piece, ask yourself, is it really missing in my life, or have I not been giving it enough attention? Have I not been giving it enough room? And if you, at the end of all that, if you come to the conclusion of, oh, it is missing in my life, then realize that at some point it will be around for you. It will be available to you. Because usually when people feel that like something's missing, what's happening here is that instead of attracting that into your life, you're almost repelling it. For example, for people that feel like love is just always missing in my life, no matter what I do, there's never any love in my life. When people constantly reaffirm that love isn't there, that love is not present in their lives, what happens is they tend to believe that love is not abundant, love is scarce. And if they believe that love is scarce, they believe that love is hard to come by. And if they believe that love is hard to come by, very rarely do they experience it. This goes fucking deep, Virgo. This whole thing I just said goes deep down the rabbit hole. But my best advice to you, so I don't confuse anybody, would be, if you feel like something's missing, instead of trying to fill that void, recognize that you can have it. Recognize that you're worthy of it. Recognize that you are valuable enough to have what you want. Because the more you feel like something's missing, the more you end up being in the feeling of lack, the more the feeling of lack you're in, the more less of a probability you have of manifesting what you want. Going back to the example of love. If you don't feel like you have enough love, if you feel like it's not abundant, if you feel like it's scarce and it's hard to come by, you're rarely going to experience love. So don't do what most people do when they feel like something's missing. They quickly try to find something to fill the void. Don't fill the fucking void. Instead, acknowledge that you can have what you want. Acknowledge that it is abundant, what it is you want, and that you're good enough for it. You are valuable enough for it. You are worthy of it, and that's how you attract it in your life. All right, Virgo? Hopefully that wasn't a confusing message. I hope it was pretty crystal clear, but nonetheless, that would be my best advice to you. All right? All right, Virgos, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving motherfucking forward. Guys, I want to thank you all so much, man, for coming out to the daily reading. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. Shout out to the peeps that come out Monday through Friday, guys. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. You are all super duper appreciated. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Happy Monday again to everybody who's here. Shout out to everybody who sent in donations today, by the way, guys. I really appreciate that. It helps a lot more than you all know. So thank you so much for your generosity. That is super appreciated. If you're new here, also definitely consider subscribing. By the way, before we log off, guys, I want to give you guys the schedule for this week. So coming out tomorrow, I got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Your mid-February readings will be available. So the air signs, you guys are coming up tomorrow. Probably, I want to say on Tuesday, we'll have earth signs coming out, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So stay tuned for that as well. So if you're a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, your mid-month February reading will be available tomorrow, and moving throughout this week, and a little bit probably into next week too. I'm going to try to get the mid-months out to all of you guys as quickly as possible, so expect other content to come on the channel this week besides just daily readings, okay? All right, y'all. I appreciate you all so much being here. Have a lovely and amazing rest of your day. Happy Monday to all of you once again, and I will catch you all in the next video. Much love to my soul family, and have yourselves a good one. Peace. Later, peeps.